Ricardo, the instant regret bird, I have news for you. Grand Theft Auto 6 is going woke. I sound like the griftering, but I don't care that there's a female protagonist in Grand Theft Auto 6. That is not the reason why I'm saying this game is woke. Stop. It's time for the news. Let's get into it.
I just peed in my basement.
Skip it up and that up. Hey everybody, your favorite man with an ass is now on Cameo. You could get your own personalized video message sent directly from me to you. Link to my Cameo below in the description. I look forward to seeing you there. So you do realize that September 17th of 2023, it will be 10 years since GTA 5 was released. That is the last time we've had a full fat GTA game. And if you think about it, just to make you realize how old GTA 5 is, forget about all the remasters, not even remakes, that have come out for PC, 8th gen consoles. Now they have the 9th gen console versions of GTA 5. That's a damn long time since there's been a full fat GTA game. I'm trying to hold back a burp and failing. There we go. But I want that to sink in. Think about that. That is especially for a franchise as big as Grand Theft Auto. You could say the same about Elder Scrolls 2. The same thing with that. They've been milking Skyrim since 2011. Okay, it's the same thing. But you would think these big franchises, they would eventually make a sequel before a decade plus of time has passed. But to Rockstar, they keep on reselling Grand Theft Auto 5. People keep rebuying it. GTA Online is wildly popular. Grand Theft Auto 5 is one of the best-selling games of all time. So that's why we haven't seen a sequel to GTA. Why would you move on and spend money on another game when the current game, which is almost 10 years old, is still making you money hand over fist? Well, we know now, Rockstar has officially announced, which I don't even know why they had to make an announcement. It's obvious that they're making another Grand Theft Auto. It's GTA 6. And there's some interesting information out there about it. This comes from Nibel, an insider on Twitter. This is what he had to say. I'll go over some stuff from the Bloomberg article, and then I will give you my take. And again, I cannot stress enough, a female protagonist is no issue with me at all. I'll tell you why later. As a matter of fact, if a new Castlevania remake comes out, I want them to revive a female character that I would think would make for a very interesting story and for a very interesting Castlevania game. But we'll get to that later. Here, this comes from Nibel in Bloomberg. Rockstar Games has overhauled its workplace culture. Grand Theft Auto 6 will also feature a playable female protagonist for the first time. If that bothers you, you're an incel. I'm just letting you know. Who cares that it's a female protagonist? I don't understand why people flip out about that. But anyway, she's a Latina that is one of a pair of leading characters influenced by Bonnie and Clyde. That part, I think, is actually pretty badass. I think that's pretty cool. Good idea. Some more interesting information here. Some more Grand Theft Auto 6 details. It's a working title, Project Americas. I don't think that's going to be the name, obviously. That's just the working title. Main location is a fictional version of Miami. Nice area, and its surrounding areas. No problem with that. Game will evolve over time, adding new cities. Oh no, they're going with the seasons model like it's Fortnite. That actually is more concerning than the political correctness that they're going with in a Grand Theft Auto game, but I digress. The game world is already large. More interior locations than previous GTA games, which is good. It makes the world feel more interactive if you could go into more buildings, not just driving around a whole bunch of husks of buildings that look good, but you can't interact with them. And Rockstar is also looking to get rid of crunch and workplace abuse. Those are all good things. I have no issue with any of them. That's fantastic. I'm glad to see that they're getting rid of crunch. That'll help morale at the company. They're getting rid of abusive employees. All of those things, well done. No issue with. This is where I start to complain. This comes from Bloomberg. This I'll read to you, then we'll discuss. Rockstar's next game, Grand Theft Auto 6, will include a playable female protagonist for the first time, according to people familiar with the game. The woman, who is Latina, will be one of the pair of leading characters in a story influenced by the bank robbers Bonnie and Clyde, which I actually think is awesome, the people said. Developers are also being cautious not to punch down by making jokes about marginalized groups, the people said, in contrast to previous games. That is where I have a problem. It's not that I want to see marginalized groups be attacked, but one of the things that made Grand Theft Auto great from the beginning is that it parodied real life. It parodied current events. It parodied situations that happened. And if you get rid of that humor and you make everything politically correct, it kind of destroys what Grand Theft Auto is. It's always been about pushing limits. It's always been about pushing humor. Humor is meant to make people uncomfortable. That's humor comes from putting up a mirror to people's faces and being like, hey, here you are. And you find the comedy in the stupidity of society. You get rid of that, then one of the things that made Grand Theft Auto stand out, one of the key things that made it stand out, is going away. Then what makes it any different than any other open world game similar to it? That's where, and on top of it too, where they're kind of hinting that they're going to have seasons and the world's going to be changing. It's going to be some kind of subscription model. It's going to be, those are the two biggest things to take away from it. The humor's going away, which made Grand Theft Auto great. And it seems like they're going to, hey, the world's constantly evolving and changing, so you're going to have to keep buying new things, which it is what it is. It's gaming in when this game comes out, probably at best 2024, but it's happening in 2022 as well. Now, look, I'm sure there are certain channels out there. Oh, of course they have to have a woman as the lead protagonist in Grand Theft Auto 6. Oh, get woke, go broke. Who cares? I think it's cool. Bonnie and Clyde, it's an interesting concept, and women exist in the world. They should have characters in games. They should be represented in games. Cry more if you have a problem with that.
This is your life now.
Now, here's a perfect example of a character I would love to see, a female protagonist I would love to see fleshed out in a game, is if they ever remake Castlevania, do like a full reboot, which From Software should be commissioned to do that, Konami, right now. But there in Castlevania Bloodlines, there was a character called Elizabeth Bartley. She was actually based on Countess Elizabeth Bathory, who was a alleged serial killer. Very interesting backstory. I think she would make for a cool character to be fleshed out in a Castlevania remake. Have Elizabeth Bartley, who is based on Elizabeth Bathory, be a leading character. Have a deep dive into her story in a Castlevania game made by From Software. So my point being is that I would love to see more female characters in games. And I think that, for example, Elizabeth Bartley would be a fantastic character to bring back. So I have no issue with there being a female playable character. But one of the things, again, and RGT85 said the same thing, is that you don't want to get rid of humor, man. I'm so tired of hearing punching down. Look, true harassment, true bullying that I see people go through and the horrible things that are said to them, that's not okay. But everyone should be able to have jokes made about them. No one should be protected, whether it be me, whether it be you. I don't care about your gender. I don't care about your race. I don't care. Equal opportunity. Everyone should be able to be roasted. See, I'm equal opportunity with that. I think everyone should have equal rights, and no one should be above having jokes made. They shouldn't be. That's why I was so mad at the Oscars when Chris Rock made that weak, 1 out of 10 joke about Will Smith's wife, Jada Pinkett Smith, and Will Smith went up on stage and slapped him. You're attacking comedy, man. And that was one of the things that was great about Grand Theft Auto, is that it pushed limits. It kind of just put a mirror up to society and made a parody out of it, showing how ridiculous we are. And if we're not allowed to do that anymore, then you kind of get rid of part of what made Grand Theft Auto special. Look, we'll see what happens with GTA 6, but I'm so tired of everyone looking to be politically correct and everyone looking to protect other people's feelings. You don't want to be subject to criticism. You don't want people making jokes about you. Then stay off the internet then. So hopefully they don't push this too far. Hopefully GTA 6 still pushes limits. And again, I'm perfectly fine with a female lead character. If that's what's really bothering you, you need to take a inner look at yourself and reevaluate your life. This is Rich, Review Tech USA, signing out. Have a good one.
I just peed in my basement.